There's probably been a ton of movies to come out. But welcome back to Good Things. We are streaming live over at SuperTalk.fm. If you're watching at SuperTalk TV, we do have Tanya back. Yay! All back together again, just life. So welcome back, friend. And it's been, I'm sure, wild at the movies and the box office. Lots of good things have seemed to be coming out. Our family caught Moana 2. Highly recommend for sweet families. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I thought the new music was great, just like the first one. But The Rock's song, You're Welcome, in the first one, to me was the highlight of that movie. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of looking for another one like that. But, his new one didn't have as big an impact on me as that one. But I still enjoyed it. There wasn't Shiny. Yeah. I wanted just a little bit of a recap of that. But I think it was the crab. But anywho. Yeah. It was super cute. But what else? So what's new, in terms of at the box office? Yeah, well, today we get a new animated movie, but it is not really one you're going to probably take your kids to, because I can't imagine them being interested. But it's The Lord of the Ring, The War of Rohirrim. And so this is a prequel to The Lord of the Rings that we've seen in the theaters. It's animated. Directed by a Japanese filmmaker, and beautifully done. I watched it. I'm going to be honest, I kept zoning out while I was watching it. But it's good. It really is good, especially if you love The Lord of the Rings. It takes place 200 years before the events of the most recent movies. And so new characters. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a cameo of a voice of a character from the newer films, and mention of Gollum. I mean, not Gollum, but who's the
Sauron? Not
him, but the other one. The creature? No, I want to say Gandalf. Is it Gandalf? Yes,
Gandalf is the wizard. Yes,
yes, it's Gandalf.
Or Saruman.
Yeah. And so there's a few little Easter eggs in there for people that are big fans of the more recent films. But if you've never seen it, if you have no clue what Lord of the Rings is, this is a great intro to go check it out. But it's basically the story of a king whose power is questioned, and his daughter has to kind of fight. So this is a good girl power movie. But yeah, so it's just, I think it's kind of got its built-in audience. If you're listening to me and you have no idea what I'm talking about, then you probably don't want to see this. I think the people that are going to see it know it's out today. But that's really the only big new release today. So catching up, we've already talked a little bit about Moana 2, which came in number 1, which surprised me a little bit. I don't know. I guess I'm not surprised, but I kind of thought it would be, neck and neck with Wicked. I really did. But it came out almost 15 million more. Well, you have people like my husband who were gung-ho to go watch Moana 2, but I couldn't drag him to Wicked. Yeah. So, I mean, so I think a lot of families who are taking everybody to that, where with Wicked, that's a commitment. Yeah, it is. I mean, you have made a commitment to go for 3 hours, but yeah, I mean, I could see. Yeah, I guess you have a wider audience pool, I think is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But it's already I think they said the 6th biggest Disney movie in just a short period of time. So it will continue to do well this weekend. I feel like I think we'll still see Moana and Wicked at the top, with the Lord of the Rings movie probably teetering somewhere around number 3. Gladiator 2 is still... Have you seen it? Yes, yeah. I saw it. It's really good. Okay. It's so good. I really want to see it again. It's one that's on my list. I want to see. Obviously, it would be a date night thing in that way. Yeah, for sure. It's definitely gory, but my son, who is officially home from college for the break,
he watched the first one last week because he's wanting to go see this. So I feel like I'm going to have a shot to go see it again. And I do say go see it in the theaters because it's so beautifully done and great actors. I don't know if you're a Saturday Night Live fan, but this weekend they did a parody of because Wicked and Moana 2 are so successful, they did some reshoots, and now Gladiator 2 is a musical. And the guy that plays the new Gladiator, he was hosting the show, so that's why they did it. And it is so funny. So check that out if you missed it. But yeah, I mean, I can't say anything bad about it. But Denzel Washington is in it, and he stole the show, per usual. But he actually got nominated this week for Best Supporting Actor for Golden Globe. And yesterday, the Critics' Choice Association.
For Gladiator.
Yeah, we announced our nominees, and he is Supporting Actor nominee, too. So, I mean, a lot of people think he stole the show, but he's so good in this movie. So, lots to see. Leaning toward the musical side, if you're not into musicals, then Gladiator. If you like action, I mean, I would say go check out The Lord of the Rings. I mean, it was kind of, you don't see blood or anything the way it's animated, but it's pretty violent. I mean, I was thinking, gosh, am I watching an animated movie or am I watching Gladiator? So anyway,
was Wicked everything you needed it to be?
It was. It really was. And the great thing about Wicked is the characters, my least favorite characters on stage, were my favorites in this movie. They managed to really put a new spin on some things. I think the way they cast it was perfect. I mean, I can't imagine anybody else playing these roles. And, you know, the rumors started years ago that they were going to they were going to make this into a film. And I was dead set it had to be the originals from Broadway, you know, but they were starting to age out. And the longer it went, then you knew they couldn't play these characters anymore. But yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, the music is true to the stage musical, and the voices are incredible. I loved it all.
Is it okay for tweens to see?
I think it is. I mean, I can't say anything negative. A little scary at moments, but same as the stage musical, the monkeys, the winged monkeys, just like the Wizard of Oz, a little bit scary. But
when are we expecting part 2?
It's next Christmas, or this time next year. So we have to wait a full year.
And then they're going to drop this part 1 again, so you can see it, I'm sure,
before
the whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure
Somebody
they'll do
what they were doing.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's just a matter of moments. They'll re-release it in a sing-along version, so everybody can go, like they did the Taylor Swift musical, and they did The Greatest Showman.
So what are we looking forward to? Is there anything big coming out for Christmas, although it's only 2 weeks away?
Yeah, we do have some big things coming. Let's see. We've got A Complete Unknown, which is the Bob Dylan biopic. It's inspired by his life. I've already seen it, and it is really good. I mean, it's very interesting. I'm not a Bob Dylan fan, but I enjoyed seeing this part of his life and how he had to kind of fight to be who he was. Everybody wanted his music to be a little more, I guess, what you would call popular, but he wanted to sing in his style, and he wanted to, have messages in his lyrics, which, he is one of the best lyricists. And then Mufasa we have next weekend on the 20th. That's going to be a big one. And then we've also got Sonic the Hedgehog 3. So lots of Sonic fans out there.
I haven't seen one of them.
I saw the first one. I did not see the second one.
But I played the game out the wazoo growing up. But I don't think it just hit right. I don't think I really had a kid that was kind of interested in it. And it's not one I'm going to go see. So I think that's why. But there are lots of fans out there.
I mean, it managed to bring Jim Carrey out of retirement.
It did. Yeah. And I heard him say as long as the fans showed up, he would keep doing it. So I'm sure the money's good, too.
Yeah, for sure.
In that way. Well, Tanya, it was good to catch back up with you. Got some good things to still go see in the theater if we would like to do that. But you guys stick with us. We got more for you coming.